Hello there. Welcome to CXC Math TV. And today we're going to be looking at total surface area. A really interesting topic, a very nice topic. And so before we can do total surface area, first thing is that to do this topic, make sure that you've mastered areas of basic shape. So two-dimensional shapes, you have to remember these. You have to remember area of a square, length times width, or length square, right? Because we know a square has what? The square has sides that are what? Equal in length, right? So to find area of a square is length times length. Next thing, area of a rectangle, we have to remember that that is now length times width, right? We need to have two pair of what? Parallel sides and all of that good stuff. Next one we need to remember is area of a circle, pi r square, where r is the radius of the circle. We need to remember to find area of the trapezium. Area of the trapezium is half the sum of the parallel sides multiplied by the height, the perpendicular distance, right? This is a trapezium again. That's an example, right? The parallel sides A and B, perpendicular height H. So the formula in that case, area of the trapezium is half the sum of the parallel sides multiplied by the perpendicular height. We need to remember area of triangles. I think most people will remember that, half base times height. We need to know the sine formula for area of triangle, half AB sine theta. Not so popular, but it's good to know Heron's formula to find area of triangle as well, right? Where all three sides of the triangles are known. And of course, it's good to also know sine rule and cosine rule. Right now, with three-dimensional shapes, this is what we look at. Three-dimensional shapes, we look at cone, we look at cube, we look at cylinder, we look at hemisphere, we look at prisms and all of these good stuff, right? These are just a few three-dimensional shapes. Now for this video, we're going to focus on the cuboid and the cylinder because these are the most popular two in Csec mathematics. Remember, we're really gearing towards Csec, right? So these are just a few. So consider this now, right? So how do you think we're going to go about finding the total surface area of these three-dimensional figures? All right. Well, of course, you'd probably be doing it in class, right? And so you have some idea, right? So the total surface area of a three-dimensional figure is just the sum of the areas of all its surfaces. That's all its total surface area. So for example, right, let us start with this cylinder right here, right? Your mommy or your daddy bought a nice cylinder, right? A nice cylinder just like this. So you need to find out its total surface area. You notice at the top it's circular, right? With some radius. We can call the radius R. And we know that the cylinder has a certain height, right? Let's call that height H. That's your cylinder. So to find the total surface area, what you could do is find the area for the top part, right there, the circle. Then you go ahead and find the area of, if you were to roll this piece out, right? Just roll it out, you end up get this rectangle. You can find the area of that rectangle with, right, with length h. And then you can also go ahead and find the what? The area of the circle at the bottom of the cylinder, right, with radius r. So in that case now we realize that the total surface area of the cylinder would be the area of these two circles plus the area of the rectangle, right? That's what we realize. That would be the total surface area of the cylinder. And so the formula now for total surface area, this is the formula. It's perimeter of the curved surface area multiplied by its length plus 2 times the end area. Now, this formula might confuse many because maybe in class you're not used to seeing it this way. Maybe in class you're used to seeing, find the area of the top, find the area of the bottom, find the area of the different sides, and add everything together. I don't like doing it that way. I like when we all just know this one formula and we can use this one formula all the time. T is what? Total surface area. P is the perimeter of the cross section. L is the length of the curved surface. So, for example, look how we're going to use it for this. right? So this is the cylinder. This is going to be the formula, right? We already established the formula is perimeter of the perimeter of the what? Perimeter, perimeter of your curved surface. Perimeter of your curved surface. So in this case, this right here, your cross section. Perimeter of your cross section. So how do you find perimeter of a circle? To find perimeter of a circle, this right here, it is going to be 2 pi r. Then you multiply it by the height of the cylinder H plus 2 times the area of the cross section. And cross section as an area of what? Area of a circle is pi r squared. Remember, area of down here is also pi r squared. But because we have to add these two circles area, it just becomes 2 times pi r squared. So really and truly, this is the formula you need to remember when it comes on to cylinder. Oftentimes they're going to give you this on the paper though. So if you don't remember it, this is the formula you use when you're dealing with total surface area of a cylinder. Please remember this formula. Total surface area of a cylinder is 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r squared. If you remember this, you are nice, right? But I always like to just go with the general formula and then derive the formula that I will need. This is all you need to remember down at the bottom though. So for a cube now, and don't worry, we'll soon look at some questions. For a cube, the total surface area for a cube is 6L squared, where L is just the length of a side. So a cube, remember a cube is like a dice, right? A cube has what? All the sides being equal in length, right? And so really and truly imagine you have this square, then another square on it, another square, another square, another square, another square, right? So you know your cube have what? 6 faces, just like a die, right? So when you have a dice, right, maybe the number right here is 1, 2, at the back 3, at the bottom 4, to the left side 5, and at the next side 6, right? This is your dice. It has 6 sides, right? But all the sides are what? Equal in length. So really and truly, the total surface area for a cube, it really just works out to be 6 times L squared. Really and truly, all you do is find the area of one of the cross sections. So you find the area of this square, right, which is L squared. And then all the other cross sections gonna have the same area. So if this side have an area of L squared, then the top also have an area of L squared. Then the back also have an area L squared. This side also have an area of L squared. Everywhere have an area of L squared. So this is the formula to find total surface area of a cube, 6L squared. Please remember it. Then cuboid now. A cuboid now, right? We notice with a cuboid, what happened with the cuboid? The area at the top gonna equal to the area at the bottom. Naturally, just looking at it, right? And then the area at the front right here, area at the front gonna equal to the area at the back, right? Area at the front equal the area at the back, this side. Area at the top right here gonna equal the area at the bottom. And the area at the left side gonna equal to the area at the right side, right? So realize with a cuboid, if you're to use the formula and set it up, it really works out to be find the area of the front, and then the same area gonna be the area at the back. Area at the top is the same as the area at the bottom. Area at the left is the same as area at the right. So it works out to just be this formula here. Find the area at the front is the width times the height, but we need 2 of them. So the 2 here. The area at the top right here is what? We notice that would be this side multiplied by this side, which works out to be the length multiplied by the width, and we need 2 of them. Then around here we need what? The height times the length, but we need 2 of them. So the final formula for a cuboid is 2 times the width times length plus 2 times the length times height plus 2 times the width times height. So now let's do some questions. Basic. So work out the total surface area for the following. This one right here, what? All the sides are equal in length, and so it is a cube. If it's a cube, you just need to remember total surface area is 6L squared. The side right here is 2, so it's 6 times 2 square. 2 square is 4. 24 centimeters square. This one, total surface area 6 times 5 square, and 5 square is, I believe 5 square is 25. So we have 6 times 25, and I think that should be 150 centimeters square. Remember, area is in centimeters square. Right here, total surface area is 6 times 7 square. 7 square is 49. I need to work out 6 times 49, so let's just do it quickly here. I don't have my calculator with me. That's 9, 6, 54, 6 fours, 24 plus 5, 29, and I hope that is correct, 294 centimeters square. Okay, now these are cuboids, right? Another easy question. But pause the video and attempt these for me. Alright, so doing the cuboids, right? So in this case now the total surface area, remember the formula says it's what? It's 2 times the length times the width plus the width times the height plus the length times the height. So the total surface area going to be 2 times, it is now 2 times 5 plus 2 times 4 plus 4 times 5. This works out to be 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 4 is 8, 4 times 5 is 20. 20 plus 10 is 30, 30 plus 8 is 38. So it works out to be 2 times 38, which is 76 centimeters squared. That's the total surface area. For the next one now, total surface area is 2 times 1 times 3 plus 1 times 10 plus 3 times 10. Works out to be equal to 2 in bracket 3 plus 10 plus 30. That is 40 plus 3 is 43. 43 times 2 is 86. The total surface area is 86 centimeters square. The last one, total surface area is 2 in bracket 3 times 20 plus 3 times 15 plus 20 times 15. In that case, it works out to be 2 times 3 times 20 is 60, 3 times 15 is 45, and 20 times 15, I believe that's 300. So we have, this looks like 360 plus 45 is 405. So that's 2 times 405, and that should be 810 centimeters square. All right, nice. Now, sometimes a question is going to seem as if it's a little more challenging, right? So a question like this, they tell us now a cube has surface area 54 centimeters square. Find the side length x. Pause the video and attempt this. So in a question like this, what do you know? You know that the total surface area of a cube is equal to 6L square. Write down what you know, right? Now, what is L in this case? L is x. That's its side length. So in this case, they told us L is x. So 6x squared is equal to the total surface area, which is 54. What do you do next? You divide both sides by 6. Nice. So in that case, 54 divided by 6 is 9. And now guess what? Now we have 9 being equal to x squared. Now at this stage, it's very easy to find x. We just square root both sides, and so x is the square root of 9. So x is equal to 3 centimeters. So that's it. 3. X is 3. Really, really easy. Alright, nice. Alright, now pause the video and attempt this question for me. Because a company is designing a new box to hold coffee. They have 3 designs, all having the same volume. All having the what? Same volume. Now the company want to choose a design with the smallest surface area to reduce costs. Which cuboid would they choose? Pause the video and attempt the question. Alright, let's go ahead and do it now, as you would have paused. So write down your answer. Tell me which one, cuboid A, B, or C. What do they say they want? The one with the what? least surface area. So first, let's find the surface area for cuboid A. That would be 2 in bracket 4 times 6 plus 4 times 25 plus 6 times 25. That's going to be equal to 2 in bracket. That's 24 plus 4 times 25 is 100. 6 times 25 is 150. This is 250 plus 24 is 274, and 2 times 274. You work that out. So I'm just gonna take out my calculator, and I got 548. 548 centimeters square. Alright, so this one was 548 centimeters square. Total surface area of cuboid B, 2 in bracket, 10 times 10 plus 10 times 6 plus, so when 10 times 10, then 10 times 6, now we need to go 6 times 10. So that is 2 in bracket is 100 plus 60 plus 60. That is 220 inside the bracket. And we know that 220 times 2 is 440. So far, cuboid B has the least surface area. Let's look at C now. C is what? 2 in bracket, 2 times 20 plus 2 times 15 plus 20 times 15. So that works out to be 2 times, this is now 40 plus 30 plus 20 times 15 is 300. And clearly we realize that this is a big surface area, because this is what? 370 times 2. And 370 times 2, that is over 700 for sure. So guess what? Cuboid B is your best. So which cuboid should they choose? Cuboid B. Nice. Okay, pause the video and attempt these questions. So we need to find the value of y for each of the following cuboids. Pause and attempt. All right, let's go ahead and do it. So what do we know? They give us the surface area. Now the total surface area, 158. How do you find that? You would say what? It's 2 times 3 times y plus, then what? 3 times y, then what? 5 times y, and then what? 3 times 5, which is 15. In that case, now we can solve for y. So 158 is 2 times 3y and 5y is 8y plus 15. Then now we can, what do? We need to get rid of this 2, right? So many persons do it differently. What I would do is I would divide both sides by 2 just to get rid of the 2 right here. And 158 divided by 2 is 79. So 79 is 8y plus 15. Then I subtract 15 from both sides. After subtracting 15 from both sides, then we end up get 64 is equal to 8y. So y must clearly just be 8. Y is equal to 8. So that is it, y equal 8 centimeters. What about part B? Pause the video and go again to part B now. So in doing part B, you will start by saying 346 is equal to, it's 2 times in bracket, 4 times 5, plus 4 times y, plus 5 times y. So this works out to be 346 equal 2 in bracket, 20, plus 4y and 5y is 9y. Then we do what next? Divide through by 2. Dividing both sides by 2, we end up get 34 divided by 2 is 17, so this is 173 equal 20 plus 9y. Subtract 20 from both sides. So subtracting 20, we're going to get 153 then. So we get 153 equal 9y. Then you do what? Divide both sides by what? Divide both sides by 9. So 153 divided by 9, and that would give us 17. So just to show the division, divide by 9, divide by 9. So y equals 17. So right here, y is 17 centimeters. Now, the third one should be a little bit of a challenge. Find the value of y in this case. Pause the video and attempt again. So in doing the third one, again, the total surface area 90 is equal to 2 in bracket. We multiply y times 2y. So that is now 2y squared. Multiply next y times 6y. That's 6y squared. Then we multiply 2y times 6y. That is 12y squared. We go ahead now, that becomes 90 equal 2 in bracket. 2y squared and 6y squared and 12y squared. That is 18 plus 2 is 20y squared. Then we do what next? We divide through by 2. So we get 45 equal 20y squared. Then we divide by 20. When we divide by 20, we get y squared equal 45 divided by 20. And you put that in your calculator. 45 divided by 20, and you get 2.25. So y then is the square root of 2.25. You put that in your calculator. So we square root 2.25 and we get 1.5. So y is equal to 1.5. So that's the value of y. Y is equal to 1.5 centimeters. So this side is 1.5, this side is 3, and this is 6 times 1.5. I think that would be like 9 or something like that. Easy. Now, so far we haven't been doing any cylinder question, but we started with cylinders. So it says work out the surface area of the cylinders. Pause the video and attempt the following questions. Alright, let's go. Now, first thing to do, cylinders, we have to remember total surface area of a cylinder. Remember, we said it's perimeter of the curve right here times its length plus 2 times the area at the end. So in that case, the perimeter of the curve, which is the circle, perimeter is what? 2 pi r times the length, and the length is the height h, plus 2 times the area of the circle, which is pi r squared. You just need to remember this formula and you're good. So now let's use this formula to our advantage. So this works out to be 2 pi times the radius. The radius they give us is 3 times the height 10 plus 2 pi times the radius 3 squared. So the total surface area works out to be 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 10 is 60 pi plus 3 squared is 9, 9 twos 18, so that's 18 pi. So the total surface area is 78 pi centimeters squared. Now, always remember you can use pi as 22 over 7 or 3.14, but I'm going to leave it exact. Hey! Over here, again, we're going to use the formula 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. So that is now 2 pi times the radius, which is 8, times the height of 5, plus 2 pi times 8 squared. This is now 8 5s 40, 42s, 40 times 2, 80, so that's 80 pi, plus 8 squared is 64, and 64 times 2 is 128 pi. Then we'll add them, we'll get 208 pi centimeters squared. That's the total surface area. Part C. Pause the video on the part C. There's something I like about part C. Alright, in doing part C, we have to realize that they gave us the diameter and we only cater to the radius. So we have to do what? Find the radius. If the diameter is 14, the radius is 7. So now we can use the formula 2 pi rh plus 2 pi r squared, because now this is now 2 pi times the radius being 7 times the height of 16 plus 2 pi times the radius being 7 squared. Now 7 times 16, I'm going to take out my calculator. 7 times 16, when I put that in my calculator, 7 times 16, I get 112. Then I multiply it by 2, and I get 224 pi plus 7 squared is 49. 49 times 2 is 98 pi. And we add those, that's 322 pi centimeters squared. That's it. Easy. Let's intensify the level of difficulty. What if they gave you now the height? Or maybe they give you the radius and ask you to find the height. So pause the video and attempt these questions. So first one, they give us the total surface area is 980.18 centimeters square, right? Now we know the total surface area, that 980.18, it's equal to what? 2 pi rh plus 2 pi r square. So this is now 2, remember pi is 3.14, the radius is 6, the height we don't know, plus 2 pi 3.14 times the radius 6 squared. Now you need to put all of this into your calculator. Now I'm going to go for my calculator because it's a little intense. And so, as said, I made some transfers so I could actually show the calculator. And so now we have out the calculator. Now we can put in the 2 times our 3.14 multiplied by our 6. And that part, when you work it out, give you 37.68. So this part is now 37.68H. Plus, over here, you can work out all of this in the calculator one time. 2 in bracket 3.14 times 6 square. And that is giving us 226.08. Now, first thing we have to do is subtract. So when we subtract now 980.18 minus the 226.08, that's going to leave us with just the 37.68H. So what do we do next? After we subtract, let's go ahead and subtract them, of course. 980.18 minus, now we have our 226.08. We'll plug that in our calculator. We get 754.1. So 754.1 equals 37.68H. So in that case, what we have to do our division now. So doing our division, we can end up divide both sides by 37.68. And that will give us H only on one side. So divide it by 37.68 into the calculator, that is 20.01. So the height H is 20 centimeters. That's it, H is 20 centimeters. Nice. Go ahead and do number 2 now. Pause and attempt. Now in doing number 2 is the same thing. 4715 equal what? 2 pi rh plus 2 pi r squared. So in that case now we get what? 4715 equal, plug in 2 times pi 3.14 times the radius. If the diameter is 40, then the radius is just 20. So times 20 h plus 2 pi r squared. 2 times 3.14 times the radius again, 20 square. Put this in our calculator. So we take out the calculator, 2 times 3.14 multiplied by 20, close the bracket, bam. We get our 125.6 H plus, next part now, 2 in bracket, 3.14, close the bracket, times 20 square. And that's equal to, we work that out, we get 2512. That's 4715. So now we need to find H, so we bring this over to the other side. 4715 minus 2512. We subtract and we get 2203 equal 125.6H. So now we just need to divide both sides by 125.6. So after doing the division now, so we go ahead and do the division. That works out to be 17.5. So H is just equal to 17.5 centimeters. Now you can do this one for homework, see, because it's a similar process. We want to do a different style of question now, right? So, we're just going to choose one of these to do. Let's do part B. Look at this now. Instead, they told us that the surface area is 900 pi. They gave us the radius is 10. Find the height. Pause the video and do B. Only B. We're only doing part B. You can do A and C for more practice. So do part B. So in doing part B, we start by writing down what? The formula. Total surface area is 2 pi RH plus 2 pi R squared. So that means 900 pi is equal to 2 pi times the radius being 10 times the height h plus 2 pi times the radius, which is 10 squared. Notice this is 900 pi plus 2 times 10 is 20 pi. Well, not plus here, equal. Sorry about that. That's equal to 20 pi h plus 10 squared is 100. 100 times 2 is 200 pi. Now guess what? We notice that this entire equation has what? Pi in it. So why not divide through by pi? If we divide the entire equation by pi, it becomes 900 equal 20h plus 200. That's amazing. So now we can bring over and say 900 minus 200 equal 20h. Then this is 700 equal 20h. Then now that is saying 70 equal 2h. If you just divide both sides by, I divided both sides by 10. So the zeros cancel. And then I divide by 2 to get h is 35 centimeters. So the height is just 35 centimeters. Wow! Now you're going to do the same process for A and C. At some point, you're going to have to divide through the equation by pi. So that was the only difference with this question. All right. Same procedure, but now we need to find the radius. So last time we did B, so let's do C, since the number looks big. So pause the video and the C. Find the radius now when they give us the height. Okay, let's go. So in doing this question, total surface area is what? 2 pi RH plus 2 pi R squared. So that's 1040 equal 2 pi times the radius r times the height of 6 plus 2 pi r squared. Seems like it's going to be challenging, right? But let's continue. 2 times 6 is 12, so we get 12 pi r plus radius we don't know, 2 pi r squared equal 1040. Seems crazy, right? 1040 pi, I mean. No need to do what? Divide through by pi. If we divide through by pi, what happens? Dividing through by pi, we get 1040 is equal to 12r plus 2r squared. But isn't this leading to a quadratic? We have 2r squared plus 12r equal 1040. We can bring over to get 2r squared plus 12r minus 1040. That's equal to 0. Wicked! So now we get a quadratic equation to solve. To solve a quadratic equation, you can do it by factorization if it can be factorized. But since it's a big number, I would always say go for the quadratic formula. Remember, whenever you're solving ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, then x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2 times a. You must remember this, the quadratic formula. So in this case now, we can go ahead now and find r by saying r equal minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c divided by 2 times a. And then you punch that into your calculator. So you get minus 12 plus or minus. And 2 times 2, we can just put 4 in the denominator, right? So go ahead now and we're going to work out that part. The square root of 12 squared minus 4 in bracket 2 times minus 1040. Close up the bracket and we get 92. So right here is 92. Now, guess what? You don't need to put in, what do you not need to put in? You don't need to put in the negative part. Always remember that radius, height, length is always a positive value. So ignore the part that says minus, and so the radius is negative 12 plus 92 over 4. That's 80 over 4, which is 20. So the radius is just 20 centimeters. Look how nice that is to get the radius. That's brilliant. Nice. What about this question here? Pause the video and attempt. It says, the cylinder and a cube below have the same surface area. Find the side length of the cube. Pause the video and attempt. Okay, let's go through it. First thing, what do we know? They have the same what? Surface area. Now, surface area of a cylinder, we said, is 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. Surface area of a cube is 6l squared. Now, since they have the same, since they have the what? They have the same total surface area. First, we can find the total surface area of the cube. So the total surface area of the cube would be 2 pi times the radius 5.5 times the height. Not sure why the point is not staying. Times the height, which is 4, plus 2 pi times the radius being 5.5 square. Then we'll put this in our calculator, right, to get the total surface area. So putting it in our calculator, it's 2. You can put all of it one time. 2 pi in bracket 5.5 times 4 plus 2 pi multiplied by 5.5 and we square it, and that is giving us this amount right here, right? I'm just going to keep it exact, 209 over 2 pi. Now guess what? What we know is that then the total surface area over here is equal to this amount, right? So now 209 over 2 pi is equal to 6x squared, because the side length is what? X. So it's 6x squared. So now we can multiply both sides by 2 to get 209 pi is equal to 12x squared. The 0, please stop disappearing. Then now we divide both sides by 12 to get x squared is equal to this amount, 209 pi over 12. Then to make x the subject, finally, x will just be the square root of 209 pi over 12. So you're going to put that into your calculator. The 209 pi over 12 will square root it, and we'll get 7.4. So x equals 7.4 centimeters. That's it, 7.4. Very, very nice. That was an entertaining question nonetheless. Very entertaining. 7.4 centimeters. That's it. Nice. Final question. It says the cylinder has a total surface area of 972 pi centimeters square. Find the value of x. Pause the video and attempt. So the first thing that we do is we say 972 pi is equal to, it's equal to what? 2 pi rh plus 2 pi r squared. So 972 pi is equal to 2 pi times the radius being the radius is not 2x. So I nearly made that mistake. The radius is what? Just x. That's what we love about math, right? Questions can be tricky. The radius is x and the height is 5x. Plus 2 pi times the radius is what? The radius is x. So it's x squared. So 972 pi, 2 times 5 is 10, so we get 10 pi x squared plus, this is now 2 pi x squared. We can add them, 10 pi x squared and 2 pi x squared is 12 pi x squared, that's 972 pi. Now we can do what? Get rid of pi by dividing both sides by pi. So 972 is now 12 x squared. Now we can do what? Divide both sides by 12. Dividing both sides by 12, we're going to get 972. When we divide it by 12, the result is 81. So guess what? 81 is equal to x squared. So x must just be 9. So we got the value of x. X is equal to 9 centimeters. Easy, easy, easy. And that's all you need to know when it comes down to finding total surface area for cube, cuboid, and cylinders. We'll definitely make another video on spheres and prisms.